Hey guys, Civil Lord here, back again with another review, and today we'll be taking a look at the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Rebirth Godspeed. And before we get into it here, let's first take a look-see at both the front and the back of the packaging. So without further ado, let's get into it. And before we get into the meat and taters of this review, Godspeed does come with a collectible trading card, which I believe has a digital render of the figure in question on the front there. So that's cool, I guess. Would have been nice if the figure looked more like this render, but hey, beggars can't be choosers. And a little disclaimer for those of you wondering why some of my videos still have the packaging photographs in the beginning and some of them don't. It is what it is, man. It's just some figures I didn't have time to take pictures of the box and some I did. We're kind of gonna revert to that review style, though. I like just showing the package and chucking it off screen. I think it's entertaining, just a little bit. Either way, on the back there is a bio that you can pause and read at your own leisure, but long story short, this guy is a Flash villain. This is the Rebirth version of this particular Flash villain. Not sure when he was introduced exactly, but I can only assume he's been around for a few years at least. That said, he does come with some Speed Force effects. Not as cool as the Dark Flash I took a look at for the Halloween Spooktacular, but hey, it's better than nothing. This one's kind of posed like a claw, even, so that's very interesting. And on top of that, he does come with the trademark McFarlane Toys hockey puck display stand we're used to seeing with all McFarlane Toys figures. So taking a closer look at Godspeed here. Another white figure, so I busted out the black backdrop, the classic backdrop, as it were, the one I've been using for quite some time, just so he's not washed out with the white backdrop, because white on white, not so good. Black on black, not so bad. So, with that being said, as far as articulation on this guy goes, his head is on a double ball peg, so you can rotate it. He can look up pretty far. You guys know I love me some double ball pegs. You can look down pretty well too. You can tilt side to side very well. Lots of tilt. So for those of you still kissing that disc hinge butt, eat your heart out. That said, proportions are pretty good on this guy. For a slender guy, supposed to look a little bit more, I don't know, morbid isn't the right word, but decrepit and kind of zombie-like, just based off the character. That said, his arms do go out to the side at a right angle to the body. They do go back down. These little flaps here, they're not supposed to be glued in, I don't believe, so don't worry about that. They popping up on yours. I don't think they're supposed to be glued down. If they are, well, then just glue them down. He does have a swivel shoulder as well. I will say some tighter shoulders on this guy. That one's a little looser, but the swivel and the hinge is very much tighter than some of the McFarlane stuff I've been looking at lately, so that's appreciated. It's got a bicep swivel, double elbow. Doesn't look too bad. Not too gappy. So that's good. They're improving. It's just a little flat, I would say. They could round out the edges, maybe. He does have hinge swivel hands. So this one hinges in and out. It does not rotate at all. There is no separate, there is no ball peg here, or ball hinge. So you just get a hinge in and out, and you get a swivel. And on this side, you get a hinge up and down, and you get a swivel. There is no second swivel on the hands, so don't break the hands trying to move them. I believe the Frankenstein Mega figure is the same way. So that's fine with me. I'm not a fan of the ball hinges. They're kind of a pain in the butt, especially if you don't know which side the hinge is on. As far as the torso goes, he's got, oh wow. He's got crunch, doesn't he? For a McFarlane, that's not bad. Back Not as far, it doesn't seem, but Ford, you get a lot here. Holy crap. Also get some tilt side to side a little bit. Get some rotation as well. Nice and tight too, I appreciate that. And then you get a little bit more out of the waist. Not a ton, but a little. That said, his hips can kick forward, almost the right angle, straight on. His diaper is not in the way. It's cut in a way to where it moves out of the way. So that's cool. Kick out to the side, give you perfect splits, just about. That said, the diaper does have a tendency to get stuck behind the hips, so be wary of that. It's gonna happen. He's got a thigh cut, I think. He's got a little thigh quiver up in there. That said, can I try and get this to work? Yeah, that's just not gonna come out of there because it's cut in a way to where there's nothing to pop out. So yeah, that's why he can do this pretty well. This is not getting in the way. That's cool. I will say though, the thigh cut's kind of lacking. I thought it was better than that. Not really. He's got a double knee, kind of loose, but not terrible. He can kick his own butt. Look at that. Holy crap. He's right up on his cake. Like, that is right up on his cake. Almost on the other cheek. That's pretty funny, actually. So yeah, a little loose in the knees. He could be a little tighter down there, not gonna lie. Always room for improvement. Again, look at that cake. He's got a tightly clenched buttocks there. He also has the ball hinge feet. Be careful with that. That's tighter than I remember. Holy cow. I might need to heat that. Let's try the other side. Other side's not doing that. So maybe I can rotate this all the way around. Doesn't feel like it's gonna break, but that's awfully tight. Huh. Weird. Either way, it's got a hinge. It's got a rocker. It's got toe hinge on both sides. It's loose on this side. But yeah, I didn't notice that before. I think it's just tight. I don't think I need to worry about that. Yeah, that's not getting pulled or anything. That's just tight. So yeah, Godspeed. Another winner from this particular wave of DC Multiverse figures, much like the Ghostmaker and Infected Batman of Earth -22 I looked at during the summer, I think. Was Hush part of this wave? I'm not sure. But I also have Duke Thomas, who we'll be looking at tomorrow, the death metal Duke Thomas. I really like that figure. Kind of looks like some Lord of the Ringsy type Batman. Peg holes at the bottom of the feet as usual. But another home run for this wave of DC Multiverse figures. I can't stress it enough. It's a really solid wave. I wish they were all as solid. Is it perfect? No. But is it better than average? I think it is. There's some figures I don't even have yet, like the Joker Dragon and the Grifter. I don't even have those, but I know those are pretty solid too. So with that being said, let's now move on and take a look at some size comparisons. And unfortunately, these two regulars here are the only size comparisons I have handy for this review, much like the Uncone one, who we looked at yesterday. So with that being said, we of course have Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibulus and the 11th Spawn, the infamous 11th Spawn, who's about, I'd say, neck and neck with good old Godspeed here. That said, what would Al Simmons look like as a speedster? The mind boggles. So with that being said, let's now move on and wrap things up. Some final thoughts. Overall, and much like the Ghostmaker and Infected Batman of Earth -22 that I took a look at earlier this year, this is another knockout from this wave of DC Multiverse figures from the fine folks over at McFarlane Toys. I don't know what it is about this wave, guys. I see a lot of contenders for top 10 multiverse and maybe even slipping into the top 10 figures overall for the end of the year top 10 videos, because this wave is just hit after hit after hit after hit. There is like no stinkers in this wave, which is not shocking but not common. Usually there's a couple figures, but in this wave's case, nah, I haven't seen one that has stunk yet. I mean, fingers crossed it stays that way, and while we haven't looked at them all, I'm pretty confident in saying that this is probably the best wave of DC Multiverse figures in a while. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you're so inclined, please don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you know whenever I upload more reviews like this one. If you haven't already, please hit me up on Instagram at Overlord Productions. But as always, keep the comments civil, because the world sucks enough as it is, especially when not all waves of figures are as solid as this one. I mean, are there any stinkers in this wave? Any at all? Who knows? But maybe time will tell. Until next time, I'll catch you guys later.